Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Look, man, I think Claressa Shields and Shadasia Green, I think that's a dangerous fight for Claressa Shields. I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Look, I am not trying to body shame Claressa Shields. You know, I was an athlete. She is the ultimate athlete. And I just think for her to perform at an optimal level, she needs to be back down around that 160 pound area. You know what I mean? Seeing her at 170 pounds, 75 pounds with the big lobster tail and shit. I'm going to tell you, I didn't like the way she looked. I didn't like the way she performed, man. You know, Shadasia has a very good chance to take down the Gwoat. And I think Claressa Shields was just born to fight. But she wasn't born to walk around to come into the ring at 175 pounds. That's not what should be happening here. But I understand she's just been so dominant and her fights have been so one-sided that she's obviously wanted to challenge herself because she believes in her skills. But I just think she has to be careful because Shadasia Green showed me something when Shadasia Green fought Savannah Marshall. I understand Savannah Marshall was coming off of some, inactivity. I get it. But Shadasia Green hit Marshall with some shit that changed the entire fight. So that tells me that Shadasia Green has legit knockout power. And Claressa hasn't shown to have enough power to discourage any female from standing and going toe-to-toe with her. And I think with Shadasia Green, if she lands clean, especially early, I'm just telling you, man, she could shock Shields and shock the boxing world, and she could seize the momentum, and next thing you know, the fight goes Shadasia Green's way, kind of like when she fought Savannah Marshall, because now Shields doesn't want to get hit with that shit again. You look at the physical size, the physical strength. Shadasia Green, in my opinion, is naturally stronger and naturally an aggressive fighter. I think when it comes to that fight, I think Shields could get bullied. Shields, to me, is not a natural 175-pound nothing. To me, she should be down around 160. That's just my opinion, man. But Shadasia Green gets on the inside and starts cutting the ring off, man, effectively. Claressa could be in trouble. All that shoe shining, coochie cooing, tickling combination bullshit that Shields throws, that ain't gonna work. And I am telling you, if Shadasia Green lands the same amount of shots that Daniels landed, and Daniels didn't land a lot, but what I'm saying is, it won't take much from Shadasia Green to put down the Gwoat. Because especially late in the fight, Daniels, she landed, again, it's not a lot, but she landed more than what, probably shouldn't have been landed, because Claressa Shields, to me, kind of got into cruise control. Play around with Shadasia Green like that, I think she will get dropped. Knocked out, I don't know. I think Claressa Shields is too special of a fighter for that, but she will get dropped. So we just have to see what happens, because for those saying, man, Claressa Shields won't get dropped. Listen, Claressa Shields will get into exchanges, and that's where Green thrives. You can't come out there looking for the mash up, crash up, when you can't crash up or mash up anything. And Claressa Shields will be right in the middle of the action. Shadasia Green thrives in the chaos. That's what she wants. And she's not going to be afraid of Claressa Shields' punches, because Claressa Shields is just into chicken pecking, coochie cooing, and tickling. In high volumes, which can overwhelm you, but it ain't hurting you. I just think when it comes to Shadasia Green, it's going to be a problem, man. And Green, in addition to what we talked about, she fights as a southpaw. She switches angles. It could disrupt Shields' rhythm. Claressa Shields' footwork didn't look all that great. Claressa Shields was I don't know what she was doing at some points in that fight. I was watching it shaking my head. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. But one thing for sure is Claressa Shields has faced, skilled boxers, skilled fighters, and she's always managed to come out victorious. But I don't think she's faced anyone with the power and the skill of Shadasia Green. But I would say Claressa Shields would probably still be the favorite. I just think, although she's the favorite, the best fighter doesn't win on that night. It's the fighter who boxes the best. And for Shadasia Green, I just think Shields, her hands are always down. She's in there playing around. She can get on cruise control. And I think that's going to give a hungry fighter like Shadasia Green. You got to know her story, know her background. The whole thing about mother wanting her to go to college instead of boxing. And she kind of did what the mother asked, but then she ended up boxing. And look at where she's at now. So she has a very interesting story. But I just think, Shadasia Green can pull off the upset, but Shields should be the favorite. When you talk about the elite ring IQ, look, Shields is just a master. It's almost like talking about a Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? A female Floyd Mayweather. Distance control, adjustments, her composure, everything. Cool as a fan in the ring. That stuff matters. Her outpointing Green over 10 rounds, frustrating her and avoiding the big shots. Again, I could see that happening. But I can see Shadasia Green hitting her with some shit too, and disrupting the apple cart. Shields is proven. That's the one thing I gotta say. Shields is proven against elite opposition. She's trying to call out Layla Ali. I don't think she'll get the fight. Savannah Marshall, Christina Hammer, Hannah Gabriels, twice Franchon Cruz. Those names matter in female boxing, and Claressa Shields has done the business. So Claressa Shields has been tested, but never been dropped, stunned. Well, yeah, she was dropped once. She said it was a flash knockdown. She wasn't really knocked down, but her ass went down. But she's never really been stunned, never really been outboxed. She's got stamina, she got experience. But in that last fight against Daniels, I just felt like the stamina wasn't great. It wasn't superior. It was good. I saw her huffing and puffing, but don't get me wrong. She got a second win, and she did the business. But she just didn't look like the machine that I got used to seeing her, especially at the lighter weights. She just didn't look like a machine, and I just think she's gonna have to look like a machine against Shadasia Green, or again the Gwoat can go down. But if she fades later, can't cut the ring off. Claressa Shields, she could have a problem. But if Shadasia Green, if Shadasia Green, if Shields can't do that, then Green's gonna have a problem. So both of these ladies gotta figure some things out. You know what I'm saying? But I just think Green cuts the ring off. I think she puts pressure on Shields. And I think Shields is going to find herself on those ropes and trying to fight off the ropes with those combinations. But those punches aren't going to be enough to discourage Shadasia. As long as Shields can land 3 or 4, if Shadasia can land 2, I just think those two are going to do more damage to Shields, 3 and 4 shots. So it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But the bottom line, Shadasia Green, she can beat Claressa Shields. She really can. And I think when you look at the fact in those early rounds, when Shadasia Green was fighting Savannah Marshall, Marshall was touching her up, but then all of a sudden something happened. Shadasia Green got through. She landed a hard shot. And I'm just telling you, man, it doesn't matter how much footwork, how much IQ, how much speed, how much volume of punches that Claressa Shields has. She's never been hit and hurt in a fight. If Green hits her with some shit, throws her equilibrium off, no kidding, a clean knockdown where Shields is hurt, I am telling you, I think Shields is going to end up getting herself knocked out. And if there's anyone can do it, it's Shadasia Green. But we just got to wait and see how all that plays out. Because you look at Daniels, again, when you look at the punches landed ratio with Daniels and Claressa Shields, Shields outlanded Daniels like 4-1, okay? But, I mean, when you talk about Daniels landing 17% of her punches, even though that's not a lot, if Shadasia Green can land 17% of her shots and clean shots and make those shots count, she may only need 17% of her shots to land to stop Claressa Shields or to win the fight, because she'll be landing the hardest shots. And remember, it's about who inflicts the most punishment on the other person. So Claressa can be in there chicken pecking, coochie cooing, tickling Shadasia Green round and most of the round, and then Shadasia Green comes back and hits her with the boom, 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 and rattles the cage. If she's doing shit like that, Shadasia Green should be winning the rounds. Because if you see someone visibly getting hurt round after round after round, it's going to be hard for the judges to give the person who's, outboxing them but not doing much damage. It's going to be hard to give them the round. But this is where you're going to have conspiracy theories and shit like that, and I may even say secret society in full effect. Because it's subjective. But it's really about who did the most damage in that round. So if you land 30 punches, but it's just shoe shining, and I land 3 hard shots that wobble you, buckle your knees, the judges have to make a decision. Me personally, I give it to the person who hurt the other guy. But I also understand, looking at percentage of punches landed and stuff like that too, but it is what it is. Anyway, you just got to understand with Claressa Shields and Shadasia Green, I think if they fight, the numbers are going to show dominance and efficiency and output, and you just have to favor Shields there. But what's going to happen when she gets hit hard? I think we talk about superior power. You definitely got to favor Shadasia Green there. And I think Claressa, the first couple rounds may land more, but once Shadasia Green lands, I think you're going to see those numbers start to favor Shadasia Green. Pacing control. Look, I just think Claressa Shields is in good shape. She just doesn't look outstanding to me anymore with her conditioning in the ring. Still able to go the whole 10 rounds, but again, she doesn't look like a machine anymore. And I think she has to be a machine against Shadasia Green, because you know what? Shadasia Green can hurt you early in the fight. She can hurt you late in the fight. Shadasia Green has a good engine, and matter of fact, she looked like a machine against Savannah Marshall. She getting there with Claressa Shields, and if Claressa Shields wants to be still, papoosed up and lovey-dovey and talking about babies and talking about marriage and this and that, and she gets in that ring with Shadasia Green and she ain't 100% focused and locked in the way she should be, Green is going to clip her. And I just think the career trajectory of Green is already going the right direction. I just think that's going to help to show some consistency as far as her focus in camp and her taking fighting serious. And a win over Claressa Shields is going to catapult her to a whole other stratosphere. And I still think that's foul that Claressa Shields don't get the love and respect that she deserves. But at the end of the day, Claressa Shields overwhelms opponents, and as a result of that, she's always reinforcing her elite status for those people who don't want to give her credit. Katie Taylor's a bad girl, Serrano's a bad girl, but we all know when Claressa Shields fights, Katie Taylor's no joke too, boy. But when Claressa Shields fights, man, it's really an event. But in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna tell you. If Claressa Shields, man, can clearly control the fight, and Shadasia Green make her miss, then Claressa may be able to make her pay, and we could just see Claressa Shields go on to get a lopsided unanimous decision. But I just think when you talk about the jab, the accuracy, the power shots, timing, I think Shadasia Green has worked on that a great deal. I think people are going to be surprised, especially Claressa Shields. And Shadasia Green focusing on timing to beat Claressa Shields' speed. Timing beats speed 100% of the time. And Claressa Shields is gonna find herself like saying, "Oh shit." I was watching her when she fought Daniels. Claressa Shields, I guess she was trying to put on the show for the hometown crowd, but she just, to me, she was taking it to the stupid in there, and she settled down eventually, but I'm going to tell you, I think Shadasia Green has a good opportunity, and we're going to see if the Gwoat makes the fight. Not with these other people. Let's see if she can make the fight. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. But before I get off, just remember this right here. Apologize for the interruption, but hey, if you enjoy the channel, you enjoy the content, why don't you go take time and head over to my homepage, click on the link store so you can purchase some of the latest Hood Champion boxing merch. Got hats, shirts, sweatshirts, coffee mugs, stuff for the kids. Got different designs. So again, I'd appreciate it if you took some time to head over to the store. Again, just click on the store tab on my homepage and go out there and find something you like. Got something for everybody. And again, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. And y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze. Okay, I am back. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Let's see what happens. I'm in the breeze.